believe it or not, at a time when rising costs of living and inflation are making headlines, the US shopping season has broken records. Black Friday online sales hit $9.12 billion. What does this mean? Is the world bouncing back economically? Or is there more to the story? Our next report breaks it down for you. Take a look.
The US festive shopping season begins on Thanksgiving week. The day after Thanksgiving is known as Black Friday. You may have heard of it. Like Hollywood and Halloween, it's another American cultural import. And this year it has surpassed expectations. Like before the pandemic, shoppers in the US queued throughout the night, waiting for shutters to go up at 5 a.m. Like before the pandemic, they camped out through the night, outside their favorite outlets, hoping for a good deal. In some outlets, there wasn't space to move. Before the shopping season began, retailers were cautious. A rise in global inflation had made them wary. Black Friday weekend was going to be an indicator. Help them judge how the shopping season would progress. And the plan seems to have worked. According to Adobe Analytics, Black Friday online sales hit $9.12 billion. It's a new record. Monday will round off the bumper sales weekend. It's called Cyber Monday, the biggest day for online shopping. All online retailers have massive discounts available. Online sales are expected to be even higher on Monday. Adobe expects the figure to reach $11.2 billion. So, what does this mean? Is the world bouncing back economically? Is there no reason to fear inflation or a recession? Not exactly. Let's take a deep dive into the numbers. While online sales did break a record, they were only up by 2.3%. That isn't much, especially when inflation is at about 8%. Speaking of inflation, how much did it affect Friday's sales numbers? Did the number of items sold increase, or did higher prices pad up the revenue figures? We'll find out once in-depth research is conducted. Another thing to consider is what were people buying? This Times report says that sales weren't even across price brackets. Low-cost brands and high-end products saw the biggest crowds. Middle market stores didn't see too many buyers. Of course, one reason could be the change in how people shopped. Adobe says online shopping, especially on cell phones, saw a spike. 48% of e-commerce sales happened over mobile, up from 44% last year. It reflects the changing trends in customer behavior, especially after COVID lockdowns. But another type of shopping grew too. Buy now, pay later. It's when you shop using a credit line provided by the retailer. Adobe says this trend shot up by 78% on Black Friday. Compared to the previous week, this poses its own dilemma. What if people can't pay later? Economic conditions could force them to cancel their payments, and even in general, goods could be returned. The rising cost of living may still bump up returns compared to earlier years, so we won't know the final sales figures from Black Friday and Cyber Monday for some time yet. As things stand, retailers will need more time to see how much inflation actually bites into the festive season.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.